It's Narissa over at Homebody Hall. I wanted to get on this morning and do some color mixing. I was ordering some new paints and stuff, and I got on and I felt really overwhelmed. Like, there are 1 billion colors to choose from. So I went back to what I know in my basics, and I ordered the primary colors in black and white. So I wanted to show you guys, because I don't know that everybody knows this, but you can mix any color out of those pretty much. And so I kind of wanted to do a series about mixing colors. So today I wanted to work on greens. I am using the colors that I have, which I think is really good because it kind of shows you what you can do just with what you have. So I have some Master's Touch medium yellow. That's the yellow I'm going to be using. And then I have 3 actually colors of blue that I am going to be working with today. Brilliant Blue from Artist Loft, Phthalo Blue from Master's Touch, and Ultramarine Blue from Master's Touch. So those are the 3. And then there's also, you can mix black with yellow and get green sometimes. And then I also have titanium white that I'm working with to lighten some things up, make things more opaque. What I think is really good to do is to swatch out your colors. So I made it kind of big, but you could do this on like a regular sheet of cardstock, and you just put like your yellows over here and your blues over here. There's so many different shades of yellow and blue, so you could really be at this forever. But it's really fun, I think. And then I just use a palette knife and then straight paint. When I'm swatching, I don't use like mixed paint like I would for pouring or anything like that. And I use a palette knife. And so then you're only using a little bit of paint, but you're really getting what colors you have kind of out there. And it gives you, when you mix your own paint, it gives you more control over the colors. It gives you more range because you can only find so many colors in tubes. And, there's infinite colors out there which you can mix. And then the other thing is it'll give you more harmony between your colors. If you're using several shades, it can, if you mix them from the same paint, then there's this connection through all of them. So it really gives them a lot of harmony. And then, like I said, when you're buying paint, you only have to buy a few colors. It's less overwhelming, at least for me it is. And then the swatching, I do that because then I have a handy reference. And so I can either like number them or name them or whatever, and I can refer back to them if I liked that painting, if I liked that color, and it gives you a way to be more consistent with your art and leave yourself not guessing about what you do. So I would try different yellows and blues. I'm going to do that. You can also, I should have grabbed, let me grab some right now. Some red. Some of your red. So I have here some Master's Touch Crimson that we can play with too. And we'll just write that down here. And that will, so when you have colors that are across from each other or complementary on the color wheel, which red and green are, it'll help you dull that color down. Because, sometimes you don't want like neon green, you want a more realistic green, and this will help you get that. So, let's get started. So we have, let's see, I'm going to put a little bit of the blues on the top. Oh, this one's not even open. Yeah, so put a little bit of, I just put a dab of each one on here. And then work with that. You want, there we go. You can kind of, I'll show you, but you can already see the difference in the blues. And this is just like a really fun way to play with your paint and also create a reference. You can come up with a lot of cool ideas like this, I think. So here I'll show you, paint should be thick enough that I can show you kind of what we've got going on here. So we have the yellow that we're working with, and then we have, let's see if I can get it to focus. Maybe, there we go. And then we have the different blues, black, the red, and then the white. And so that is what we're gonna work with. And then I have my like super well-loved palette knife. When you're mixing greens, always start with your yellow because your blue will take over. So start with yellow and then just add little tiny dabs of the blue. Otherwise, you're going to be mixing up a lot more paint than you necessarily want to and fighting that dark blue. So I'm going to start, I'm just going to put a little bit of yellow in each of these squares here, and then we'll mix from there and take it down with the red and the white and show you exactly what it'll do. So I probably should have had like a paper towel here, but I'm not that prepared, so I don't. Anyways, so here's a little bit of like a super small dab of this. We're gonna start with Artist Loft Brilliant Blue, and you just want to get it really thoroughly mixed. You're actually mixing the, you know, the particles of the paint, the pigments. So you want to kind of get it smashed in there and mixed. And this makes like a super vibrant green, which is really cool. But like if you have like a nature inspired, so I like to paint with colors from photos and stuff, which like, I don't know, maybe just because I'm from the desert, but like that is not a color I see out here, is this vibrant, vibrant green. So we've got this, the ultramarine and the yellow. That kind of looks more like a pea green, which I really like. I'll show these to you closer after I mix them all, well, step by step. And then we're going to work up the phthalo blue, but you can see even just some smallest like dip, like they're so different right off the bat. The other thing you can do is I'm just doing one kind of shade, here's the black of this or hue of this, but you can also, too much black, alter the ratio that you use. Wow, that's so much yellow. Cool. So like if you want a more yellow green, you're obviously going to use more yellow than blue. So you can, by altering the ratios there, see that's kind of like a duller like green there. I'm going to see if I can get this in focus for you guys to see the differences here. But they're like really stark differences. So these are really, or over here you have really bright, and then like over here with the black and the yellow, or here you have like, I don't even know, like an olivey green. Here's a little bit more of a spring green. Here's another bright one. So see, just mixing the different blues with the same yellow, you can get so much variety. And then I'll show you how to take it even a little bit further with the red. So then what I do is I take these colors that I've already mixed, and then I'll bring them down with a little bit, like, see, I'll bring some down here and put a little bit of red in it and see what happens. And you're gonna dull out that green a bit. Let's see, add a little bit more. And you're gonna get kind of a woodsy green there. And then the light is like terrible from the window here. I need to like put up a shade here. Hopefully I can just show it to you guys, but take some of this down here. I put too much red, that's okay. But you will start to go towards brown anyways. So there you kind of have like that brownish color. Here's some more green. So just add the red that's on my palette knife, and you can like dull it out. Here's the green we made from the black. It's a little bit of red. Thing is kind of gone from a really bright, and it's kind of dulling down with that red. So you can do a lot just by mixing your complementary colors, and you can get a lot of depth in your colors like this. And then, you know, the last thing you can do is obviously, or you can add white and get things lightened up and opaque. You can get some really cool tones that way. Yeah, so you can also add black to dull things out. You just have to be really careful with that and not like go overboard with it because it's black, and you guys know all about that in pouring. So yeah, I mean, just even the colors that you already have, you can get so many more colors. So don't feel like when you go to the art store that you need to buy every single color and shade of paint. Really what you need is red, yellow, a blue, black and white, and then I like to have my magenta because I really like purples, and we will do a mixing live about purples too and violets, because it's not necessarily what you've always learned. I have a bunch of resources if you're interested or you need more help with color. I have the I put the link in the description to the video. I have a whole shop of stuff, and one of them is an acrylic pouring color theory mega pack, which has like, it teaches you, you'll learn how to mix any color that you need. There's a sheet in there about what does each color mean. There's a color mixing worksheet like this, basically, like, and you go through it, and you can like see all of the things that your paint will do. And then there's also like a huge PDF of it's a whole color theory thing. So if you want to know about primary colors and how they mix and what they work with and all of that. Also, if you haven't grabbed my free color wheel and 8 color scheme guides, head over to homebodyhall.com and grab that. It's free and it's super helpful for both mixing colors and matching colors together. I also have, if you're interested in keeping your work more organized like this and doing swatching and things like that, I have the acrylic pouring supply and painting inventory system. So there's sheets so you can document what paint you have. There's a spreadsheet. My favorite part is on the back. It's a sheet where you can put it on the back of your painting, or you can just keep it in a file and you write down the supplies that you use to make that painting, how you mix your colors, like all the notes that I was forgetting to make, and then I had no idea how I got my colors or how what technique I use or anything. and I was getting really frustrated. So I kind of made it my own documenting system, and it might help you too. There's also color palettes that are ready made in there with the colors of paint that you'll need and the three major brands that people use for pouring. So that's the Effortless Ready-Made Color Palette Collection. There's 20 color palette collections. So if you're stuck, that's what you need. And then if you're getting muddy paintings, get on there and grab the Muddy to Masterpiece. It goes over the three, it's a course, and it goes over the three main causes of muddy paintings and how to avoid them. So there's lots of help on there. I just thought I would get on and, work with mixing colors and let you guys know what I've got for help.